There's no place like home, especially when you share it with loved ones and the ones you cannot see with just the naked eye. Want to hear another ghost story? Have a seat. I have another one for you. The next haunted place that we will be discussing is located in Elizabethton, Tennessee, which is about 223 miles away from Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is the origin of this series. It is about a 3-hour and 8-minute drive in light traffic. Elizabethton is located in the northeastern region of Tennessee within the Tri-Cities area, which includes Kingsport, Johnson City, and Bristol. It is a historic site of the first independent American government, also known as the Watauga Association, which was created in 1772. It is located west of both the 13 original colonies and the Eastern Continental Divide. The city is also a historic site of the Transylvania Purchase of 1775, which is a huge muster site during the American Revolutionary War for 2 battles, which includes the Battle of Musgrove Mill of 1780 and the Battle of the Kings of 1780. As of 2023, the population of the city sits in at 13,722 civilians. The city is also known for its water resources and renewable energy efforts, such as supplying spring water, the Doe River, the Watauga River, and the Holston Mountain Communications Tower. The land was also previously inhabited by Native Americans as well as the Paleo Indians as early as 11,000 years ago. According to archaeologists, the major chiefdoms were of the Mississippian culture, the Muskogee, aka the Greek people, and they were later pushed out towards the river's headwaters and lower areas by the Cherokee. Soon, Europeans started to visit the area and eventually set up colonial settlements around the mid-1500s, causing major discomfort to the Native Americans already in the area. The mass influx of the colonizers only led to more devastation, as that area was heavily impacted by the American Revolutionary War and the American Civil War. Elizabethton also has a railroad history, as it was a railroad hub back in the early 20th century. It was served by 3 different railroad companies at that time. On another note, most recently, there was an airport plane incident that occurred earlier last year on June 4, 2023. A plane took flight from the Elizabethton Airport and is said to be the cause of an airspace emergency over Washington, D.C., where the pilot lost consciousness. As a result, the plane flew over restricted airspace. Unfortunately, the plane crashed in the St. Mary's Wilderness in Virginia, perishing all 4 of the passengers, including the pilot. Now let's get into the haunted history. Gwendolyn's house, which is the haunted place we will be discussing, was built in the early 1900s, and it's named one of the most haunted places in the entire state of Tennessee. Now, unfortunately, that home no longer is there, and we will get into that in a moment. However, the property sits right off of Bristol, Tennessee Highway. With a history like the one that Elizabethton has, it is no wonder that horrific events can take place in such a small town. Now, the locals are well aware of the paranormal activity that is said to transpire at this haunted place in question, or at least its remains. They're also well aware of the urban legends that are floating around that they like to scare out-of-towners with. For instance, the big black dog. Gwendolyn's house has been stated to be haunted as early as the 1900s, shortly after it was built. One of the legends say that a dog of a ghost has been seen running through the hallways, the upstairs and the attic, and even in the basement. They also talk about another urban legend about a dark man figure. Now, in this particular one in Gwendolyn's house, there is said to be an aggressive, scary apparition that is said to be in the house, terrorizing folks. Folks say that it screams at everyone who enters the home upon arrival. Last but not least, one of the most popular stories about this property is the tale of a ghostly woman in white that stands in the windows looking out across the valley. Now, this mysterious woman does not seem to have any video footage or pictures of herself on the internet for evidence of her existence. However, people swear that they've seen her. They say that she is a wailing lady that is depressed from a broken heart. Witnesses say that she likes to stand in or near the windows in the house, and she has only been seen staring out of the windows of the home, peering down at the Tennessee Valley. Now, all of this sounds very familiar. We've had similar urban legends of this before. If you will recall back in episode 12 about the Rotherwood Mansion, they had urban legends about strange evil men that would sick a ghostly black dog on people to hurt them and scare them and run them off the property. And that guy's name was Joshua Phelps, who had that black dog that he would hunt people with and chase them around. It was pretty sick. There was also a lady in white in that story too. She was the daughter of the original property owner. I believe her name was Rowena, and she was said to have drowned in her white wedding gown in the lake in front of the house when she came to visit with her little girl. That was sad. Now, another tale about a lady in white that we revisited was in episode 7 about the Chickamauga battlefield hauntings. They said that their lady in white would walk among the cemetery at night crying about her deceased husband or boyfriend who died in the war. So furthermore, the ghost hunters that have been to Gwendolyn's house reported that they were all yelled at by a ghostly entity as soon as they walked into the home, which has to be that dark figure that everybody's afraid of. Now, some witnesses say that there's a huge amount of activity in the house, and it is not due to the living occupants. Instead, it is the unalive that keep the pace of this property. Now, other reports include seeing a little girl that disappeared shortly after being seen. Now, present day, the house is not open to the public for visits, and the house is actually not physically there anymore. It is on private property, and most recently, it was destroyed by fire around 2017. Social media and other internet posts speak on the fire and about the house no longer being there as a result of it. Still, the property owner does have no trespassing signs up and does not want people lurking around it. But that doesn't stop people who want to go viral from sneaking over there, snapping pictures of the remains and, just trying to be seen. So in essence, home may be where the heart is, but in this case, it is where the haunting is and was. So that's going to conclude this video. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Sources are listed down in the description per usual. If you enjoy this content, go ahead and subscribe. There's a lot more coming down the pipeline. If you liked it, then you should have put a like on it. Sharing the video is caring. And until next time, protect your energy. I'll see you in the next one.